Welcome. In this video, we're diving into HTML form accessibility. Learn how to create form controls that are usable for everyone regardless of disability. We will focus on keyboard navigation, screen readers, and ARIA attributes to make your forms more inclusive. Let's talk about why form accessibility is so important. 15% of the world's population lives with some form of disability. 71% of users with disabilities will leave a website that is not accessible. An astonishing 98% of websites have at least one Web Content Accessibility Guidelines version 2.0 failure. As Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web, said, "The power of the web is in its universality. Access by everyone regardless of disability is an essential aspect." Let's discuss accessible labels and inputs, which are fundamental to creating inclusive forms. First, use explicit labels. The "for" attribute connects the label to the input using the input's ID, creating a clear programmatic association. Always use explicit labels with the "for" and ID connection for best practice. Now let's address placeholders versus labels. Placeholders disappear when typing begins, making them poor substitutes for labels. Placeholders should provide examples, not replace labels. Use placeholders as supplementary hints, never as replacements for labels. This ensures everyone understands what information is needed. Let's explore ARIA attributes for form accessibility. ARIA stands for Accessible Rich Internet Applications. For required fields, the ARIA required attribute explicitly tells assistive technologies that the field is required, enhancing the native required attribute. When dealing with error messages, use ARIA invalid to indicate validation errors and ARIA describe B to connect the input to its error message. These ARIA attributes provide additional context and guidance for users, especially those using assistive technologies. Now we will delve into focus management for keyboard users. Always maintain visible focus indicators. Never use outline, none without providing an alternative focus style. Make focus indicators clearly visible with high contrast for the best practice. Also maintain a logical tab order that follows the visual layout. Avoid using tab index values greater than 0. Let the natural document flow determine tab order. This helps users navigate the form in a predictable and intuitive way. Let's explore accessible form controls. When dealing with radio button groups, use field set and legend to group related radio buttons, providing context for screen reader users. For select menus, always include a descriptive first option in select menus. Native select elements are generally more accessible than custom drop-downs. Using these elements correctly ensures that all users can easily understand and interact with your form controls. Let's explore accessible error handling in forms. For inline validation, use ARIA invalid to mark invalid fields and ARIA describe B to connect fields to their error messages. The role equals alert ensures screen readers announce the error. For form level feedback, use ARIA live regions to announce form level messages. Use assertive for critical errors and polite for success messages. Proper error handling is essential for providing real-time feedback and guiding users to correct their mistakes. Let's address custom form controls. When creating custom controls like toggle switches, maintain the native checkbox for accessibility, and enhance with ARIA attributes like role equals switch and ARIA checked. Always include the native form control in your HTML, even if visually hidden. When implementing custom form controls, ensure they meet these requirements. Keyboard operable, meaning focus and activate, proper role and state communicated via ARIA, visible focus indicators, touch target size minimum of 44 by 44 pixels, state changes announced to screen readers, color not used as the only visual means of conveying information. It is essential to test form accessibility. Use keyboard-only navigation, tabbing through all controls to ensure focus is visible and logical. Test with screen readers like VoiceOver on Mac, non-visual desktop access or job access with speech on Windows, or TalkBack on Android. Zoom testing at 200% ensures content remains usable. Also, test with operating system high contrast settings enabled. Finally, ensure controls have adequate touch target size on touch devices. For automated testing, use Axe DevTools, which is a browser extension for accessibility testing, WAVE, which stands for Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool, Lighthouse, built into Chrome DevTools, and PA11y, which is a command-line accessibility testing tool. Let's recap the best practices for accessible forms. For labeling and structure, use explicit labels with for and ID connections. Group related fields with field set and legend, and maintain a logical tab order. For ARIA and semantics, use ARIA required for required fields. Connect errors with ARIA describe B, and use appropriate ARIA roles for custom controls. For error handling, provide clear error messages. Use ARIA invalid for invalid fields, and use ARIA live regions for dynamic messages. In terms of visual design, ensure sufficient color contrast of 4.5:1. Make focus indicators clearly visible, and do not rely on color alone to convey meaning. Check out the wai-aria authoring practices for detailed patterns for accessible widgets and forms. Also look at wai-aria for articles and guides on form accessibility. Finally, refer to the A11Y project checklist for a comprehensive accessibility checklist. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.